What's up, aliens? Welcome to another dumb sports show. It is Moolah Madness. March Madness can take a seat for a couple more days until it starts on Friday, but it is Moolah Madness. People are out here getting paid. This is all NFL show. Basketball's going on. Baseball's got spring training. College basketball is on Friday. NHL's going on. Doesn't matter. We've got NFL popping off. Forgive me, the disclaimer right now, I'm not going to be looking at the camera. I'm going to be looking at my notes to make sure I get my numbers right and everything like that, because it is all about the Benjamins, baby. Moolah Madness. It is the NFL's tampering period has begun. I don't know. So the new NFL league year starts today, March 17th. So teams can officially sign, trade, do all that stuff. I mean, it's been in the works. People have unofficially agreed to things, but the tampering period ended Monday at 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific. So I was sitting at work all day getting notifications about trades, acquisitions, free agent signings, all this different stuff. Money. Last week was massacre week. Like, people were getting cut, people were losing their jobs. This week, everyone was getting paid. It was insane. So I'm going to go over my reactions to what's happened so far. I'm going to predict who is left. There's still a lot of good free agents left. Who's doing good, who's not doing good, who's doing jack shit. Let's get into it. The Rams don't believe in the salary cap. It's insane. They just complete disregard for the salary cap. The Rams were $37 million over the cap for this year, and then they signed Leonard Floyd to a 4-year, $84 million extension. Like, what? You guys need to do some work, and you're going to sit here and sign this guy? The Rams are baffling. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to take their first-round pick? They don't have a first-round pick till 2025. They don't give a crap about first-round picks. They're going to sit here, and they're going to sign everybody. Now, no one knows. Does the salary cap even exist? The thing is, like, what's the punishment for the salary cap? And you ask NFL experts, and no NFL team has been over the salary cap when the new league year starts, and that's today. The Rams, I mean, they restructured Jalen Ramsey. They created $20 million in cap space just on a Jalen Ramsey restructure. $20 million? I do not understand these numbers at all, because teams will be like $45 million over the cap. They'll restructure a couple of their stars. They'll give them signing bonuses. So, I mean, it works out for the players and the team. You just cut a guy a check right there instead of paying him over the season. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm a numbers guy too. I like numbers. I like money. I like trends in numbers and stuff like that. I have no idea how the salary cap works. I've been an NFL fan for 20 years. I have no idea how the salary cap works. The Rams just don't care. You can't take a first-round pick. They don't have any. Restructure Jalen Ramsey. I mean, the Rams go and get Stafford. They're paying a good quarterback, a good veteran quarterback now. Paying Aaron Donald, paying Jalen Ramsey. Couldn't pay John Johnson. He got out of town, but they still got a good squad. They won a playoff game last year. Another big one. This one hurts near and dear to my heart. Bud Dupree signs with Tennessee on a 4-year deal. He got a lot of money. That was good. A lot of people were thinking he had to sign a 1-year deal for like $6 to $7 million just to get reacclimated to playing, because he tore his ACL last year. Everyone thought he was gonna sign a 1-year deal, possibly with the Steelers. When I heard that he was $6 or $7 million, I was like, oh, he's back in black and gold, baby. Nope. Tennessee Titans, huge deal. Get a stud in Bud Dupree after whiffing completely on Jadavion Clowney and Vic Beasley last year. They had those two guys who, on paper, their defense should have been incredible with just those two guys. And then the Kevin Byard and Malcolm Butler, they got a bunch of studs, but nothing for Jadavion Clowney and Vic Beasley last year. They get that in Bud Dupree. Bud Dupree's a finisher. Bud Dupree and TJ Watt were a lethal combination, and Tennessee's just going to get unbelievable pass rusher and a great dude. The Steelers defense misses him already. I see their tweets and everything like that. They're all happy for him, but man, that sucks. The Las Vegas Raiders, I almost said Oakland Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders have completely abandoned their offensive line. Like, just they had a good one. They've gotten rid of 4 offensive linemen that started last year. Richie Incognito, Rodney Hudson, their center, Trent Brown, one of their tackles, and someone else. They've got rid of 4 of their offensive linemen on a good offensive line. They're just completely abandoned the offensive line. It's insane. I don't know if they're going to do the draft. I don't know. There's not really that many free agents out there left, but the Raiders have just completely abandoned all hopes on their offensive line. They just need to shop Derek Carr now. Just restructure the whole team. They lost Aguilar, their best receiver last year. You got Henry Ruggs, Josh Jacobs. That's it. Oh, no, the tight end. Tight end's pretty good. damn, what's his name? Darren Waller. Darren Waller's really good. Here comes a spicy take. Belichick's blowing money like an NBA lottery pick, and the Pats still aren't going to make the playoffs next year. Boom. Said it. And everyone's saying, oh, the haters are saying that Cam's still going to suck. And it's like, what do we have to go off of? Last year, what have you done for me lately? Cam sucked last year. And their offense was so predictable. I remember the game against Seattle when it was last play of the game. It was 4th and goal or whatever it was. 1 yard line. And everyone on the planet knew Cam Newton was going to run that ball. And he did, and they got stuffed, and they lost the game. That was a summary of the season. It was like, it became predictable. Cam was throwing balls in the dirt. I mean, you had Edelman was hurt most of the year. N'Keal Harry didn't really do anything. But, I mean, give Cam Newton $14 million, and now they've signed everyone. Belichick's on a bar mitzvah money spending spree. They dropped some money on dudes. They got Jonnu Smith. They got Hunter Henry. They're going for the Aaron Hernandez-Gronk combination on tight ends. That was when they were most successful in their offense, I feel like, was when they had 2 really good tight ends. So I kind of like that move. I see where it's going. Nelson Aguilar. Now, I thought they'd be in the running for like Kenny Golladay or Juju Smith, the 2 best receivers in free agency. But they went Nelson Aguilar, and then they got Kendrick Bourne from the 49ers. Then they got a D-tackle from Miami. Then they got Trent Brown from the Oakland. I said Oakland again. Damn, Las Vegas Raiders. They're just on a spending spree, and they're not done. They still have some cap space they can play with. I mean, they could go for another big one. They could go for someone just completely keep making splashes. Now, in my mock draft, which is on my blog, Another Dumb Sports blog, anotherdumbsports.wordpress.com, I predicted that the Patriots would draft Trey Lance at their number 15 pick or something like that. I think they're at 15. I had them picking Trey Lance, and I think that still rings true. Because Trey Lance is supposed to be like this mock of Cam Newton. Why not bring back Cam Newton, draft Trey Lance in the first round? You got a guy that was an MVP like 4 or 5 years ago, whenever that was, 2015. You have a guy that was an MVP, went 15-1, was a stud. You want to go towards that kind of offense when you got 2 tight ends who are so versatile that they can run block and they can pass catch and they can run screens. They can do all this stuff. Why not go for a guy like Trey Lance, who's going to be like Cam Newton, where he's versatile in the run game, he's versatile in the pass game. He got a good pro day. I think the Patriots still draft Trey Lance at 15, even with signing all these guys, and even with signing Cam Newton to another extension. It was just a 1 year, so have Trey Lance sit behind Cam Newton for a year, have him show him some things, and you're on your merry way. I think the Patriots will be better than last year. I still don't think they'll make the playoffs. They got a 17-game season come up. They were 7-9 last year. They'll go 9-8, something like that. I do not think they'll make the playoffs. Not with this team. But they got plenty of guys that can come back. You got guys, Dante Hightower and Patrick Chung were opt-outs last year because of COVID. Get those guys back. Your defense is back. I mean, maybe Cam Newton throwing the ball for 150 yards a game and rushing for 50 yards a game wins you games with a better defense. I don't know. You still got Stephon Gilmore, but it's talking that like he's going to be gone for sure. I don't know. Patriots still don't make the playoffs. Belichick blowing money like an NBA lottery pick. I came up with that all by myself. I'm proud of it. The Browns addressed their biggest need, safety. Now, the funniest part about Browns Twitter was last year was them just shitting on Andrew Sendejo for getting destroyed in every game. I don't remember specific situations, but I remember Sendejo was like the most hated person in Cleveland last year. It was insane. So they went and addressed their biggest need. They got John Johnson, the best safety in free agency. Now, I had them picking a safety in the draft to fill this need, their biggest need. And here they go in free agency doing that. And it's crazy how much cap space they have with how many studs they have. They got Kareem Hunt for cheap because he decided to kick a girl in the face. They've got Myles Garrett, who deserved every bit of his contract. They've got, Odell. Let's see how he is. Jarvis Landry is a leader and a stud. They overpaid for Austin Hooper for sure. But then they got, like, Baker Mayfield on a rookie contract. You got a couple of linemen. I think Wyatt Teller's cheap right now, but he's an all-pro guard. You got Nick Chubb on a rookie contract. You got Denzel Ward, I think, still on a rookie contract. You got guys like Greedy Williams that I don't even think he even saw the field last year, but he was supposed to be first-round pick. He ended up going second round. They got a lot of dudes up in Cleveland, and they just addressed their biggest need at safety. Being a Steelers fan is going to get really hard probably this next couple of years. Let's move on. The Bears swing for the fences on Russell Wilson, and they end up popping out to first with Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton's a Bear. They were talking about Russell Wilson going to Chicago because they talked about Russell Wilson didn't demand a trade or ask for a trade or formally ask for a trade. He didn't say anything about a trade. But he said, if you're going to trade me, these are the 4 teams I'd like to go to. It was Dallas, who just signed Dak to a mega contract. It was New Orleans, who Drew Brees finally retired. And then they've got, I didn't even say anything about that. Damn, Drew Brees, what a career. First ballot Hall of Famer. Love that guy. Short Kings unite. Anywho, Russell Wilson said he wanted to go to the Saints, who are going Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston. And then you got Cowboys signed Dak to a mega contract. You got Chicago, who was the biggest possibility because of all this. Who was the 4th team? He said he wanted to go to 4 teams. I don't think it was the Jets. Maybe. I don't know. But Russell Wilson came out and said he wanted to go to those teams. Was it Miami? It was probably Miami. But yeah, I heard that I think Adam Schefter reported that Russell Wilson was high on the Bears' radar, and they were like really, really going for him, and they missed. So, hey, Andy Dalton, same thing. Let's go grab him. Pathetic. I think I don't know how true this is, but I saw they're like $20 million over the cap. Who are they paying? Khalil Mack? Khalil Mack's taking up all the cap space? I don't think that's accurate. I'll have to double check that. Don't quote me on this. Don't quote me on any of this. All right. The Jags are prepping for Trevor Lawrence, coming in hot, trying to surround him with weapons. Marvin Jones goes to the Jags. That one's kind of big. They get Shaq Griffin too from Seattle, decent corner. Man, it's Trevor Lawrence season in Jacksonville. We got Marvin Jones in there. Carlos Hyde just signed. He's not going to be like their star running back, but he'll be a guy that'll coach running backs up, and he'll do stuff like that. Well, they had their James Robinson was good last year. He's their undrafted rookie that actually played well. So you got Trevor Lawrence, you got James Robinson, you have Marvin Jones, maybe a couple of receivers. They still got a ton of cap space. They could still make a push for a couple of these guys. Last but not least, we had to talk about it. Of course, we were going to talk about my Steelers. And what I'm going to say about the Steelers is we will be fine. Aaron Rodgers style, RELAX. Relax. We're going to be fine. We lost a shit ton of people today. We lost good people. We lost, people that I really, really liked. Not just as players, but like as people. So obviously Bud Dupree was a big one. Him and TJ Watt were insane. They were brothers out there. Watching them together was honestly the best. We lost Tyson Alualu. He's going back to Jacksonville. I think he got drafted by Jacksonville way back in the day. But good for him, got a deal. Vince Williams came out of nowhere. We just cut him today. I was like, and then I was so sad. He tweeted, he was like, damn, that sucks. Who wants a goon though? I was like, man, that guy was a goon. He was just a leader in the middle of the defense. I know we have Devin Bush, but like, man, Vince Williams they want to go younger. I don't know, man. That one was tough to swallow. And then letting Mike Hilton go, that one hurt, especially to the Bengals, an in-division rival. That one stung. Mike Hilton was one of the most underrated corners in the game. He's probably one of the best nickel corners in the game. Just a stud. Now I'm saying we'll be fine. Okay. Cam Hayward, Stephon Tuitt, Minka Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt, Devin Bush. We still got Joe Hayden, who's a veteran corner. We still got Steven Nelson, who's a solid corner. We've got some guys. We just re-signed Cam Sutton, who was a decent corner for us. The defense is going to be fine. And if there's anything I know, the Steelers draft really well. And the thing that sucks is we draft so well, we can't afford people in the future. So we have to start letting people go because we draft all these studs and they all turn into great players, and then you can't pay everyone. So you got to, like Bud Dupree, I assumed he was going to get let go because of the stupid cap. But, that sucks. When you draft well, you got to say bye to players you love. That's just something you got to live with as a Steelers fan. All I'll say, I'll stop rambling about the Steelers. I'm sorry. All else I'm going to say is we better be stocking up our cap and our money and everything for a mega extension for TJ Watt. We better not let that dude get out of Pittsburgh. That would be the worst thing that could happen to us. All these cuts, Williams, losing Dupree, losing Hilton, restructuring people, trying to get cap space. It all better be for a mega extension for TJ Watt. We need some other things, but TJ Watt, that's a dude, man. We need that guy there. His brother came out and said he was better than him coming out of college. He's looking like he needs to win a couple defensive MVPs, not just get second, but he's a dude, man. We need to stock up for that extension. That's going to cost us a lot of money. All right, there's some still good guys remaining. I'm going to predict where the remaining free agents are going to go. I'll start with my boy, Juju. It's day 2 of this tampering period being over. I haven't heard of Juju getting any interest, or I'm sure he's got interest. I think he had interest with the Raiders and stuff like that, but I'm going to predict that he's going to go back to the Steelers. I mean, I have my heart set on it. I love him. I want him back. Hopefully they make it happen, but I want Juju back. Plain and simple. I don't think he goes anywhere else. I don't see him going anywhere else, but, he supposedly came out and told teammates that he was going somewhere else, or most likely he was going somewhere else, so not a good sign, but fingers crossed we get Juju back. Kenny Golladay, probably the other good receiver in the draft this year, or not in the draft, in the free agency. The Jets have a lot of capital. They're wanting to invest in the offense. I think Kenny Golladay goes to the Jets, and he gets a rich deal. He's not like an amazing receiver, but he gets a rich deal for sure going to the Jets. Zach Ertz is a big one. I don't know if he's a free agent or if he's just like on the trading block, but Zach Ertz, he's going to find his way down to Jacksonville. Now, I've seen Jacksonville do this recently where they try to bring in these good tight ends because I guess they like tight ends, but they can't make them work. They spent a lot of money on Julius Thomas. Julius Thomas was a stud tight end for the Broncos, played with Peyton Manning, and then he went down and got paid in Jacksonville and then kind of sucked after that. And then they brought in Tyler Eifert, who was supposed to be the stud for the Bengals. Big recruit coming out of college, but then he ended up getting hurt a lot. I don't know. It makes sense to me that Jacksonville would pursue Zach Ertz. I feel like they've been trying to get a good tight end for a long time. I think this is their guy. Mitch Trubisky. After Andy Dalton gets signed, there's no way Mitch Trubisky comes back with the Bears. I don't know. Does Chicago prefer Mitch Trubisky over Andy Dalton? Probably. I don't know. I think he's going to go to the Broncos. I think the Broncos are kind of done with Drew Lock. I have them picking a quarterback. I think I have them picking Zach Wilson in the draft, my mock draft. But, yeah, I don't know. Broncos, quarterback needy team. Either they get Trubisky or they get Zach Wilson or they draft someone, Trey Lance. I think they do someone. They make a quarterback move this offseason. Trent Williams. The only place that makes sense to me is the Raiders. They seem to have some cap space. He's going to get a good contract. And they're so offensive line needy now. After cutting their 4 starting offensive linemen from last year, they need offensive linemen bad. And Trent Williams fits the left tackle right there. Chris Carson, probably one of the best running backs. Chris Carson and Leonard Fournette. I see Chris Carson in Miami purely because my friend Daniel, who is a Dolphins fan, said they're going to sign Chris Carson. So, I mean, I don't see him going back to Seattle. I mean, he was injured a lot, I feel like. I see these fantasy football guys, and I'm like, oh, that guy was injured forever. Probably not. He's probably injured like 1 or 2 games. But I could see Miami really making a push for a running back. And, no, I think they draft a receiver. I don't think they go for a receiver. I think they draft a receiver. So I can see them pushing for a running back like this. Need a quarterback, too. Tua sucks. Leonard Fournette. He's got to stay in Tampa. Tom Brady's taking like $20 million pay cuts. You got everyone that's trying to keep the band back together, run it back, go for back-to-back, whatever they're calling it in Tampa Bay. I don't think Leonard Fournette goes anywhere. I think he signs for less. He takes a discount because he wants to play with Tom Brady again. He wants to do what they just did. More power to him. Jadavion Clowney. This one's crazy because he got cut like in the middle of the season last year and never signed anywhere. This guy was a stud, man, and just falling off. He didn't work out in Tennessee. They get Bud Dupree. I just have question marks next to this. I don't even. And then I think so I put the Raiders next to this guy just because the Raiders are a franchise that will take these, like, not criminals, but they'll take, like, players with drama that surround them. I feel like they always take players with drama. They've got, no, they had someone else. I don't know. The Raiders are just the team that takes, like, inmates and stuff like that. So I see Jadavion Clowney going to the Raiders. Inmates. I say like he got arrested or something. No, he just had a lot of drama, like leaving Houston. But now the more that comes out, it seems like Houston is probably the reason for that. So he's probably a good dude. I'm probably just trashing him for no reason. Last one, Will Fuller. I'm sure there's other free agents available, but these are kind of just like the big ones I picked out. Will Fuller wants like wide receiver one money. And he's played wide receiver games. But he plays like, I heard Michael Lombardi on Pat McAfee's podcast earlier talking about how he wants to get paid like a 16-game receiver, but he only plays 8 games a year. That is so true. This is the most hurt guy in the world. This guy is always missing games for something. He's leaving Houston. You know where I see him going? I just talked about them not picking up a big free agent receiver, but I see him going to Miami. Miami's got cap space. Miami needs offensive weapons. They're building the offensive line. They spent a first-round pick on an offensive lineman last year. Probably get an offensive lineman in free agency. I just see him in Miami. I see him down there with Tua. I think it could work. Will Fuller, see if he stays hurt or just gets his shit together. His body gets his shit together. All right, that's all I got for you guys. I had to address everything that was going on in free agency. I just had to. In the middle of March Madness week, we got games starting Friday. I posted my bracket on my blog, anotherdumbsports.wordpress.com. Go check it out. See what you think about my bracket. Comment on it. Comment on this. Let me know what you think about free agency. Free agency is popping off right now. Moolah Madness. I'll get back to college basketball. I think the games start Friday. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Couple days away. March Madness. We missed it last year, so big. I'm really into it this year. I'm the worst, but I'm the worst fan of everything. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Love always. Remember, even though they're ranked number 2 and they got a 2 seed, not ranked number 2, they got a 2 seed, Iowa sucks.